All right, guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be breaking down exactly what the pivots indicator is, what you get within the pivots. I want to break down the data for you guys, live poll the data for you guys, show you live statements as well, and generally just how it works, as well as some Black Friday deals, because as you know, today is Black Friday. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. First, I want to basically describe what pivots are, how you trade them, what you can trade them on. Well, first off, it was created for NQ and MNQ. You can theoretically trade other stocks with it, and you can theoretically trade, ES and YM, the Dow Jones. But we have specifically made this specific indicator for MNQ and NQ. So for anybody wondering if it can trade on anything else, we don't have the data for that. We only have data for NQ. So if you use it on any other instrument, that's on you. But we have all the data for MNQ and NQ. We have over 6 figures of payouts, and we have a 7-figure trader right now who is using this methodology. And I'll be able to show you that proof here later in the video. First of all, what is pivots? Essentially, what are we doing? We are calculating the previous day's volatility, the previous week's volatility, the monthly volatility to basically determine the next day's volatility. Essentially, from there, we take that mathematical equation, right? We run basically a lot of parameter optimization on it, and it prints off these levels, right? As you can see right here in the dark line and dotted line, the dark line is your long trigger. That's what basically allows you to enter long. The dotted line right here is your short trigger. That's what allows you to enter short. Now, there is a specific step-by-step methodology, but because we wanted it to basically be as hands-free as possible, we have completely automated this both into an indicator and strategy script for you guys. What does that mean? It will tell you exactly where to buy and place your buy stops and sell stops right at the open. So about 30 seconds, 15 seconds before the 9:30 a.m. East New York Stock Exchange open, it will label where to place your buy stops, where to place your SL, and where to place your TP. That correlates to the data that we have collected both in the past as well as in the forward test, live test as well, right? As you can see, this was on Wednesday, November 6th. This was our last trading day. It was a very nice win. The risk to reward varies. It's not always a negative risk to reward. Sometimes we'll have a 1-to-1. Sometimes we'll have over a 1-to-1 as well. But I would tell you that your average risk to reward is sitting at around a 1 to 0.8, and your win rate is sitting at a little bit over 65, around 70%, if you follow the rules that we basically applied for this. Now, as you can see, all the levels are here. If I turn the indicator off, obviously you don't have the levels. If I turn it back on, here are the levels. We'll go over this data here momentarily as well. Just to show you a little bit of history, this is traded on the 15-second chart. So yes, you would need a paid version of TradingView in order to get into the seconds chart and run the data for the seconds chart. It will still print the levels even if you don't have the seconds, but you won't be able to back test it as accurately. So let me make that clear. You can use this on the 1-minute and 5-minute chart, right? However, you will not be able to back test the most accurate data unless you have the seconds time frame. As you can see, here's Tuesday. It shows you where to place the sell stop, shows you where to place the take profit as well as stop loss. Another winning day. As you can see, it's taking advantage of the momentum at the open of New York. Now, if you come here, I want to be able to show you guys a loss at one point. It had a flawless week this week, but here you can see the risk to reward on here is a little bit larger on this position. That's because it's all dependent on really the main thing we're calculating here is the previous day's volatility. We're also taking the settlement price as well. So not only is this a price action related strategy, it has some fundamentals kind of included in there as well. And it does have a little bit of quantitative twist on it only because we used a lot of code to basically optimize this to be the best that it can possibly be. As you guys know, I only believe in strategies that are driven by data. This is a data-driven strategy, and that's why it simply works. As you can see, it's also based on breakouts. There's that buy stop. You can see you would have triggered in to the buy right here, and you would have held this position from 9:33 all the way to 10:39. Majority of the time, we are only trading for the first 30 minutes of the open. So from 9:30 a.m. East to 10 a.m. East is the only time you'll be looking for a position. If we do not have a position before 10 a.m. East, and we simply do not trade, you can expect to only really have anywhere between, well, really, you're only going to have one trade a day. This is a one and done system. You will not be trading any more than one trade a day. There are days where you will not trade. Like I told you before, if there's no momentum before or in between the times of 9:30 to 10, there simply just will not be a trade. Now that we have a little bit of an understanding of how the pivot system works, let's dive into the data. I want to pull all of that data here live for you. And after we go through the data, I want you guys to understand what you get, because you're not just getting an indicator, nor just the strategy script, but this is backed with 25 years of data. It's backed with live data, which I'm going to show you as well. We have 6 figures of payouts, a 7-figure trader as well who's trading with this. You get a live trading room as well. And theoretically, or really realistically, you're getting this for $180 a month. I just don't know how it gets any better than that. Nonetheless, let's go into the strategy tester report. I want this to circle for you guys so you can see all of this live. So let me get this to refresh, right? We'll let this load up here. Let me make sure it's still recording sometimes. Okay. All right, here you go. As you can see, here is the strategy tester report for risking $200 a trade. Profit factors at 2, 67% win rate here. This is over 215 trades, and a really positive P&L for just a little bit over a year. Since we are on the 15 seconds chart, strategy tester only lets us pull for so long, unfortunately. That's why we have a 25-year tick backtest, right? That allows us to get a higher quality backtest, as well as we'll tell you that we're not curve fitting this. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, this is only so much data. That's why we have 25 years to show you that we're not curve fitting, right? Nonetheless, let's go into here. I want to show you guys the results when we switch the risk from 200 to 500, right? So we'll come here, we'll pull up the strategy tester report as well. Sometimes it does give you the entry banner. But let this load again. Also, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I'm in the States and it is beautiful weather right now. I personally love it when it gets freezing cold. I love being able to bundle up in a sweater. I don't like being cold, but I like, bundling myself up in warmth within the cold. Hopefully that makes sense. Nonetheless, here is the report with $500 of risk. This is a whole lot higher risk. This is for people that want to trade on live capital rather than prop. As you can see, the variance increases just a little bit more. We have a little bit of a higher drawdown period right here for about a month. But as you can see, the actual P&L is ridiculous, right? 975%. The max drawdown is high. Again, this is if you are looking to basically obtain a much higher return. Your profitability does lower a little bit, but your profit factor is still sitting at 1.7, which is really, really good in my opinion. Now, if you want to see the 25-year report, we are going to go over it here momentarily. Let me show you. You want to head over to tradexlabs.com right here. If you're not a part of the Discord, I'll link it in the bio. But you can come to this website, press join community. It'll basically link you all the way to our Discord. Yes, you can see all the data in regards to ICT and ORB here, but today I specifically want to talk about pivots. You will come down here. Here's that 25-year report. You'll click on that, right? It'll come to your downloads and it will bring this up here. As you can see, here's the equity curve for, I guess it's technically 23 years and 4 months, but this is 23 years and 4 months of data. And it's gorgeous. You guys will be able to review everything that is here as well, right? Now the Sharp, not so great to be completely honest, but again, this is still beautiful on a prop firm. nonetheless. But you'll be able to see listed trades. Well, I guess you won't be able to see that. I guess we got rid of that. I'll see if we can go ahead and get this up for you guys so you can see the actual list of trades and everything like that. But you'll be able to see the entire strategy analysis within this 25-year report. More importantly, I want to show you the live data we have associated. This is pulled directly from TradeStation. So we have this system completely automated on TradeStation. We have it built out in Python, MQL5, NinjaScript as well. We basically have it built out for every platform. We aren't licensing or selling those Python scripts yet. Right now, those are personal to us, but at some point we are thinking about possibly licensing those and releasing those. At the moment, you get the indicator and strategy script for it. That does not mean you get the source code. Obviously, we can't release the source code because then people can copy and paste it and then resell it. It's just not something we can do, unfortunately. If you think you can revise it better and make it better, then we can discuss a possible partnership. But at the moment, we can't release the source code. But you do get the indicator script, you do get the strategy script where you can still automate the system completely with a third-party software like Pick My Trade, Pine Connector, or Traders Post. We do not have affiliations with any third-party company at the moment. Nonetheless, as you can see, this is from September 15th all the way to now, November 28th. And as you can see, we have another positive P&L. I will be uploading this into Discord so you guys can see the live statements. Here you can see all of the trades on MNQ. This is a completely live account, right? If I go into settings, right, you can also see that this is a real account number. If you want to verify it, then you can go to TradeStation, try and look up the account number and everything like that. I will also sit down with Dan. He's really the mastermind behind this strategy. We'll hop on a Zoom. He'll go into TradeStation and show you guys everything as well. But nonetheless, yeah, I just wanted to basically show you guys we have a 25-year test as well as live statements, and we have even more live broker statements as well with this strategy that I want to show you guys. Now let's get into essentially what you're getting. I want to talk to you guys about Dan. You can go here and you can see all the accounts that he's essentially passed. He's showing his payouts as well here. I'm sure if you guys ask him personally, you can see here's his Discord, right? You can go into our Discord, find him. I'll probably link his Discord name in Discord somewhere as well. But Dan is an absolute beast, and he's a really nice guy as well. You can see he's funded with almost essentially all the prop firms at this point. He's had multiple six figures strictly trading this strategy, and he's funded with over 7 figures as well. So essentially, when you guys purchase this, you get everything here, right? You get the indicator script, strategy script. Dan has even agreed to live trade with you guys. What does that mean? At 9:15 a.m. Eastern, 15 minutes before the stock exchange open, he will open up the trading floor. He will send you a streaming link that might either be through Kick or Twitch. So you'll need to make an account there. And you'll join the live stream, and he will give you his full pre-market analysis as well as live trade with you to show you what he's doing, what he's thinking within the moment. So you guys have the support from him and the indicator if you guys want to live trade with him. We have made this channel here for people to post their verified wins as well, whether that's a live account or prop firm account, right? And as you can see, you're also going to be getting access to a private chat. This will include anybody who's a part of the ORB community or Pivots suite as well. You will have access to this private bundle. But anyways, I feel like I've covered basically everything. You guys have got to see what the indicator looks like. As you can see, if I come back into the 5-minute, just to give you a little bit more of a macro view, this is what it looks like. You do have to zoom in like so. All right. Nonetheless, let's go over the prices. What have we priced it at? Everything like that. So if we come back to Discord, at the moment, the only way to purchase it is if you come here, you come to the bundle, you click on this here, right? You're looking at this price, $479 a month. That is really expensive. I completely understand that $470 a month is like crazy. But considering the data that's backing it, the amount of money that's been made with it, the fact that you can automate the strategy, people are selling automated strategies for like 10, 20 grand. You can have the option to do $679 for 3 months with the 20% discount code Friday20 for Black Friday. That essentially comes out to $180 a month. I don't want to say that's cheap either, but in perspective and comparative to everything else that's on the market, that's pretty relatively cheap. The fact that there are people selling courses for $7,500, $3,000, and don't have any data to back their trading. They only have unregulated broker statements, where we have broker statements with TradeStation, is crazy to me. So I do think this is a fair price for what we're offering, right? Because you're getting all the ORB scripts, you're getting pivots, you're getting Dan, you're getting the live trading and everything like that. You can see everything that's included here. So that is essentially what you're getting. I would really recommend that if you're going to go with this, $479 a month is crazy. I would do the $679 for 3 months, apply the 20% discount. That will come out to around $181. My quick math is correct. It should be around $181 a month. We will eventually be able to put split pay on here, so you don't have to pay the $679 all up front. But yeah, that's really everything here. Now let's go into the WAP. I want to show you guys that as well, to show you guys what's included there. I might have to pause it for a minute. All right, turns out I do not have to pause it. All right, great. Nonetheless, this is what happens when you get into the pivots area. You'll get both pivots here, and you'll also get ORB. ORB, you'll be able to see how to set up the tools, more historical performance of me live pulling the data, high probability setups, and of course the trading view integration so that you can claim the indicator. It's the same with pivots, right? You have the trading view integration, you have the special Discord access to the private chat here, right? It shows you how to set up the tools, high probability setups. We even show you how to basically how to pass your prop firm challenge with a 95% win rate. Now, just a disclaimer, because I don't want people thinking that this indicator itself is going to pass 95% of the time without understanding the strategy here. You will fail one challenge and win one challenge at the same time. So with that being said, it's a way in doing so in which is legal within the prop firm environment. If you're looking for a quote unquote 95% guaranteed way, I never want to use the word guarantee. That's why I'm saying 95%, because guarantee is too strong of a word in the trading industry. But you do have a 95% chance of passing. You guys might have seen that TikTok or reel of me doing it. I passed in a single day. It is a way to pass challenges in a single day. This video will show you how to do so with this indicator. And then we have a little tab here that shows you how to automate your trading completely with the trading view indicator and using the other third party to basically automate those alerts. And of course, you could then review more of the data here. Now, as you guys know, I will always be putting up breakdowns onto YouTube. So every single day that I make a trade, you'll see that win, you'll see that loss. It does not matter. I'll walk you through my thought process. Dan will do the same thing for pivots. So I'll be running mainly everything within ORB. Dan will be able to make all of those breakdowns regarding pivots as well. Now, the best part is we're always constantly working on not just new strategies, but improving the current ones that we have as well. When it comes to the ICT suite, we are going to launch the IPGs at some point. I'm telling you, that's going to be really, really cool as well. ORB is going to be, we are working on some crazy improvements for ORB. So all those things that I tell you in ORB that are high probability setups, those will be included within the indicator. With pivots, we have some new quantitative things that we found that can really help it. Man, if you don't know how to code, I highly recommend learning Python and being able to learn how to use NumPy and Pandas to, really refine the data that you have, because it will change your trading like crazy. People have asked me, "Oh, can you sell a course on it?" I used to educate others. I'm not passionate about it. I'm passionate about building systems, and that will always be my passion. And I really want to remain my focus on developing new tools for you guys, developing new systems. Not every system will be released. The best systems that I create, obviously, I'm going to keep for myself, because my goal is actually not to have a hedge fund or manage an insane amounts of money, because the stress levels revolved around that is crazy. I've worked with some fund managers in the past, and private investment is the way to go from a massive prop shop, not like these online challenges, but prop shops in New York or quant shops that want to privately invest. That's the way to go when it comes to managing money. Managing money from little private investors, it's difficult. I've done that route. It's not sustainable. But nonetheless, all the other systems, even some of the really good ones as well, the ones that I do keep for myself, I will license out a certain degree. There's something called alpha decay in the market. That's what I want to try to avoid. So as long as I'm able to avoid X amount of alpha decay, then I'll license it out for sure. If it's like an arbitrage strategy, something that's limited to like $1 million, $2 million, I got to keep that for myself. If there's scalability into 9 figures plus, then that's where I can like license out systems, because it kind of like decreases the amount of alpha decay within that system. So it really depends on the holding time, right? Shorter the holding time, more likely you're going to have alpha decay. You guys can look up what that is. Yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys have a better understanding of what pivots are here, how the indicator works, the data associated behind it, the reason why we priced it, everything like that. I did this video all in one go, just to basically help you guys understand what's going on. Now, in terms of Black Friday sales, like I said, you can use the code Friday20 for a 20% discount off everything. That 20% discount is for life, right? So when you purchase with that 20% discount code, you have that purchase, that subscription for life at that discount. It will never go back up. So this really is going to be the cheapest time to basically have any of our services. Not to mention, if you have already purchased the ICT suite or the ORB suite or anything from us, we will also take that price that you've paid and we'll discount it off anything else that you want to buy as well. So that is our Black Friday deal, and I hope that allows people to essentially afford what we're trying to offer here, because we are bringing a lot of value, in my opinion. But nonetheless, if you guys have questions, I encourage you to ask me as many questions as you can before purchasing. The biggest thing is I want you guys to understand what you're buying before you're buying it. I don't just want you to buy it and then not understand what you're doing. So please ask me questions within Discord and our support email. I try and get back to everyone within 24 to 48 hours. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the rest of these holidays. Enjoy the weekend. Please subscribe, like this video if you're new around here as well. Instagram will be up soon as well. We are talking with Meta, Instagram. Everything's fine with that. It will be back up. Nonetheless, if you don't see our videos, go view TikTok, YouTube Shorts as well, because the same content, exact same content is being posted there. But yeah, see you guys later.